Well, I think in especially in our society, you know, I've seen so many of my guy friends go through this in terms of, you know, being masculine, being sensitive, being vulnerable, being the guy, you know, I mean, I can only imagine for a trans man how, you know, how that all works. Should I be a guy? Am I supposed to, you know, being vulnerable and how far do you go? And like, I mean, the number of messages and the number of things, you know, pieces of information that are coming at you just is overwhelming.
Yeah, but it's the same for a woman.
Absolutely.
It's the same for all of us.
Absolutely.
So the thing is, I don't speak for trans men, nor do I speak just about being. I speak about being a person.
Mm-hmm.
That is so important for. I want your audience to understand that I am not a spokesperson for any community.
Mm-hmm.
I belong to lots of different communities, but I'm a spokesperson for being yourself. Whatever that means, and stop letting society tell you these are the ways that you need to do it. And if you promote the things, if I promote safe sex, that's what I promote. I'm not saying if you don't do safe sex, it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that's what I believe in. Why don't you speak about what you believe in, and you speak about what you believe in? I think that's very important for us all to have different voices and be passionate about what we want, and then that's okay for you to think differently.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's completely okay.
This was from a couple years ago, but you spoke at Yale.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it was 2010,
Yeah.
but how was that for you?
It was fucking amazing.
I mean,
Are you kidding me? It was like,
it was Yale!
I didn't graduate high school. I didn't graduate high school. I'm a fucking dropout. I'm a failure in the sense of that. Everything, you know? Like, I just didn't excel in school. And then there I went, I'm fucking speaking. A professor's, you know, a master's tea. That's like the ultimate thing to get invited to. It was like he had a tea at his house for me to speak to his students. Like, that is like the honor of all honors that you could have. And I was just like, holy crap. I was like sweating. Literally, physically, my shirt was sopped. It was horrifying. But then I just got there, sat down, I saw all the kick-ass young students there, and then I just, you know, I kind of just do my thing that I do, and then it just like, you know, I got a standing ovation from the kids. And from the master was so freaked out at me at first. He was like, didn't know how to deal with me. And then at the end of my talk, he fucking came up to me and he was like, you know what, Buck? That was one of the most profound speeches I have ever heard. I couldn't believe he was telling me this.
Wow.
He's like, wow, it was so powerful. And I was like, oh my God, like I couldn't be like, is this me? You know, is this me?
It's just you being yourself, though. You've made a career out of being yourself.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
so
I think
lucky.
that's a good point. I am lucky. I know every day I say that.
I shouldn't say lucky. I should
No, I
say
am.
you made a decision and you stuck with it. And so
But I
many
am
people
lucky.
can't
I have
do it.
I have very much a lot of gratitude for what I am. I don't believe that, you know, it's just like I know that. I have gratitude for it every day, for sure.
That's an example in itself. Just, you know,
It's so important. It is. Don't take shit for granted.
the people.
Oh, many people do
don't.
that. I wish. And I
There's
hope.
people stuck in cubicles right now.
Oh, no, that's okay. You have to focus on where you want to get. I didn't get here today, right? I've been doing this for 10 years. It took me 10 years to get to where, you know, I am and people understand what I'm talking about. In the beginning, it was like, the man with the vagina. What is it?
So tell us about the journey of doing Sexing for the Trans.
Sexing the Trans Man?
Sexing the Trans Man.
Well, you know, I have a documentary, right? And I also have the XXX version. I'm making a series out of that, which is just so incredible. Both of them are incredible. My idea was the XXX version. And so I came up with that idea. And then when I started doing the idea, I thought, you know, that there's so much great message here that people aren't going to get because they're not going to watch my pornographic work. So that's kind of how the idea of the documentary came about. So I thought, I'll make a documentary version and a XXX version. So I started working on them together. And then I just put the documentary out. Honestly, no thought about it at all. And then, okay, I might get into this, you know, little small film festival, or some might pick it up for the community center, or blah, blah, blah. Bam! Next thing you know, I was just getting fucking email after email from all the major fucking film festivals, and I crap my pants because I didn't finish editing it. I'm not like a professional editor. I edit all my films, but come on, it's porn, you know what I mean? Right here, right here, right here. It's not really a big deal. Like a fucking documentary, I was like, oh, I'm gonna totally freak out right now. So I just totally fucking focused. I focused. And I got in front of my editing computer, and I just took all my stuff, and I had my wife check it out. And I had some buddies over, and I had them, and then they gave me a little critique, and I kind of moved every little shit around, and I just, you know, put it out to that first. It was the Copenhagen Mixed Film Festival, and that was the reason why I edited it. And then I edited it and I threw it to them. And then from Copenhagen, that's when all the other film festivals just, it's been everywhere. It's been London, Tel Aviv. I just got back from Dublin. It's playing in Taiwan, Australia, like everywhere.
That's great.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Thank you, Copenhagen.
I know. I told her, like, it wasn't for you putting it in there because it has sex in it. It doesn't have a lot of sex in it. It has mostly masturbation stuff, not really a big deal. But still, I mean, for a major film festival, it's in Frameline, which is a major film festival. Yeah, I mean, it has some sex in it. So, so that's that, and that's how that sort of came to be, and that helped me sort of get into another sort of arena of filmmaking. And like, I kind of now feel like a real, I never really felt like a real filmmaker before. I sort of feel like I kind of, that sort of catapulted me up a little bit.
Are you thinking about your next one?
Oh, completely.
You've already got it percolating.
I already
Can you give us a hint?
Sure, it's going to be Sexy the Trans Woman.
Nice.
Exactly the same format, which I did, but with trans women, because most trans women who you see or you talk about are women in porn. And so I want to give the women outside of porn who still are sexy and hot and have sex, talk about themselves and their regular old life, but they love their bodies and have sex. And it's exactly what Sexy and the Trans Men was. It was talking to guys about their bodies and their change and having sex. And I wanted the same exact thing but with trans men.
That's great.
Yeah. Thank you.
Look forward.
I like that. Then it would be very interesting to do screenings of the two
Oh, no,
and kind of
totally.
do a whole.
Totally.
Oh, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
So have you felt the acceptance of trans people change just in the past couple of years? Like, I watch a lot of cable TV, so you guys are on TV, are you accepted?
It is the new gay. I think trans is the new gay, right? It is, which is awesome because it just gives people an awareness of people like us. I don't know. Acceptance is weird for me, and this is just my own opinion. I always felt way more accepted as a trans man, or being who I am now, as opposed to being a gay woman. I was way less accepted as a gay woman. I don't know if it's the privilege thing, and now that I'm a man, a white man, and it's easier for me to do a lot of things. Definitely, some of it has to do with that. But I think that people tend to be more accepting of gender than sexuality.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because if nobody knew,
I'm just a white fucking biker.
I know, right?
You're a gay biker. And then you look like a gay biker. Gay biker. What's the separation there?
Also, I'm reading your bio.